Probably. I'm assuming like music open mics are just as awful as comedy open mics.
I guess.
Can be,
I've never
know?
fucking gone to one. That just sounds
Maybe that's
horrible.
Well,
maybe-
and here's the thing: like, if
maybe
they
we
were,
need to do it.
if
We
they
should
were
go to one.
exclusive, I would probably never would have got the chance to tell any jokes. Not that the world would have missed anything if that wouldn't have happened. But if it's not an open mic,
Why do
you're
you
like,
think that? Because why?
Well, because again, if it's exclusive, then what's the criteria? Like, you have to be this tall to tell jokes.
No,
on
but I mean,
stage,
if you walk in and it looks like you have shit in your pants, I mean, come on, let's at least cut that part out.
I think we have to have human dignity, basic respect for.
And dude, we've seen stuff like that in some of the open mics down south. Even you were talking, you got thrown up behind a guy with a top hat that smelled like he's pissed on his clothes for months. It was horrible.
how was his act?
He mumbled
hard to
some
say,
shit. He didn't
yeah.
have any teeth.
Yeah, it was hard to understand him.
So he just went up there and mumbled.
But when I started, I followed a guy that jacked off a sheepdog
What?
right ahead of me.
No.
Tacoma, yeah, I swear to God,
He brought-
Crossroads.
Who? No.
And
this is
no,
not-
there's
no,
people that
this
will
is
back
not
me up
possible.
on
This
this.
is not possible.
No, it's not a bit.
How did he bring a dog in?
He had a dog, and he brought it
And
in.
everybody's like-
and I don't know, he fucking had a dog, one of them little shaggy fucking.
But everybody's like, okay, cool, you can bring your dog in the club and
jerk it off.
Well, it was
Well, he probably
Tacoma.
didn't tell him
It was
ahead of
Tacoma.
time. What club was
It was
this?
Tacoma. They probably thought it was his sister. I don't fucking know. It's just
So, okay,
he got it
finish-
in there.
You have to be exaggerating when you say.
No,
jacked
I'm
it
not.
off.
He jacked off a fucking sheepdog, man. I had to follow that.
Did he burn the light?
No,
So he literally went. They said, "Hey, welcome to the stage, John, the sheepdog."
I guess the
jerk-off
guy had
and then he
done it
walked up there.
before. I mean, people
What?
went, "Oh yeah, that guy," and they fucking knew him. He was like maybe a local. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he was just an animal
Christ.
lover.
And how much time did you get? Like 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
Not enough, man. Not enough to dig out of that fucking hole.
But I'm
That's-
just saying, this guy, he's up there for how long, jacking off this
He
dog?
wasn't. I mean, standard 5-6 minutes, whatever we
Like
got.
full on putting his hand over the dog.
And he's not
penis.
saying-
No, he wasn't fisting the dog. Don't get
No,
gross.
And he
No,
wa-
I mean, seriously,
he wasn't
though.
saying anything the whole time.
I don't
He
know,
was-
dude.
I see.
It's
this-
been-
this-
Like
It's
if you're
been
gonna
almost
jack
20
off a
years ago.
sheepdog, you better be. You
It
better
was
have
his
some
dog.
one-liners.
At least it was his dog.
What do you mean you
Although
don't
I
know?
guess the dog probably wouldn't give a shit.
I
at
would
that
remember-
point.
I would vividly remember
Yeah,
that whole
I
thing.
would
like,
not forget a
I would
single
remember
instant
if
of
he
that.
pulled out some Astroglide and put it in his hand.
Yeah, it
starts
just
jerking
depends on
off.
who I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It's like how can you be like this guy jacked off a sheepdog once at an open mic, but then I kind of forget the rest. How can that be possible?
Because
Well,
I
yeah,
think that you
because,
spend
I
the
mean,
rest of your
I-
life trying to get that out of
It's
your
kind of
brain.
in shock. I thought, geez, this is a lot broader spectrum than I imagined when I got into this.
didn't
I think
realize
that's
that-
the best
no
story
idea.
I've ever heard. If that's a true story, I wish we could
You
call
can
your
ask.
dad.
You can ask Tana Manu. You can ask. Let's see who was around in those days. There was a bunch of us hanging out.
Wow.
So what was your opener when you went up there after that?
I said, had I known we could bring animals, I've got a couple of cows out here in the truck, and I could fucking follow this shit. I think something stupid like that.
Wow.
And got a pretty good response, but I mean, they just watched a guy masturbate a canine.
And then did he like pull out like wipes? And
I don't.
shit?
You got to have your own wet wipes.
How
wet
that
naps.
was to me, it kind of felt like I'd walked in on something I didn't really want to see.
Well, you think?
So it's kind of like you're trying to avoid eye contact with
That
the
does,
dog.
that does kind of poke holes in my theory about how open mics should just be wide open,
Of course, if it's any consolation, that club is no longer there, and they used to have 300 people a night in there. But